Hey guys, it's Kyle again. The video you're about to see is the sermon I did at the state fine arts competition with my youth group this past spring. We'll run down the rules that I had to follow. We had a max limit of 5 minutes, and we had to use our own material. We had conformed to the beliefs, which was a lot of fun. Many times going through it, revising it to stay under 5 minutes, which was the most challenging part for me. So, I hope you like it and enjoy.
Go ahead. If you don't mind, open your Bibles to 1 Thessalonians 5:16-18. That's where I'll be reading out today. So as I was preparing for this, I was being asked some questions, and people were asking me, how often do you pray? And I was thinking, well, I pray all the time. They're like, well, where do you back that up? And I was searching Bible, and I was helping them out, and then I came to 1 Thessalonians 5:16-18, which says, be joyful always, pray continually, give thanks in all circumstances, for this is God's will for you in Christ Jesus. And I was thinking that what stuck out to me was in verse 17, which is simply 2 words, which is very nice, which says pray continually. And that stuck out to me as when people were asking me, and I was like, well, you just need to pray always. And that brings my first point, which works out nice with verse 16, which says be joyful always. As to pray always, you need to be joyful through that. And I like how the ESV puts it, which says pray without ceasing. That's saying that just captures that more continually. That gives it a more defined look to it, as I like to say. And then with that, we also move into verse 18, which says give thanks in all circumstances, for this is God's will for you in Christ Jesus. I want to focus on that first part of verse 18. The first part, which says, give thanks in all circumstances. So, in all circumstances, that's even in our dark times. And this makes me think of when people ask again, why does God answer my prayer? Which kept in the same conversation I had while preparing for this. And we see in darkest time, I'm going to go back to early on in the Bible, which is in Jonah. And Jonah 2, Jonah is in the fish as he disobeyed the Lord. He fled from the Lord. And in that time, he is going deep in prayer because he realized what he did wrong. And in Jonah 1:1-3 says, the word of the Lord came to Jonah, son of Amittai, go to the great city of Nineveh and preach against it, because its wickedness has come up before me. But Jonah ran away from the Lord and headed for Tarshish. He went down to Joppa, where he found a ship bound for that port. After paying the fare, he went aboard and sailed for Tarshish to flee from the Lord. And after later on, we also don't see that Jonah just prayed in his dark time when he was troubled, but also the crewmen later on, as in verses 13-14, it says, instead the men did their best to row back to land, but they could not, for the sea grew even wilder than before. Then they cried to the Lord, O Lord, please do not let us die for taking this man's life. Do not hold us accountable for killing an innocent man for you. O Lord, have done as you please. So we see that the men in the boat were even in their dark time, and they were deciding what to do. And they even prayed the Lord to decide, to figure out what they needed to do. And they were debating whether or not to throw him off, but God has in his plans for Jonah later on, as we see, through verse 13-14. And Jonah's prayer goes all throughout here as part of the verse 2 says, in Jonah 2 says, in my distress I called to the Lord, and he answered me. From the depths of the grave I called for help, and he listened to my cry. We see that Jonah, when he called the Lord, God answered. And this makes me think of the point when we are mad at something, why are we yelling at God instead of praying for God to help? But because Jonah prayed during a dark time, God answered his prayer. And I don't get people are like that, but we should be asking God and not yelling at him in dark times. And there's me back to before I got saved, and I was doing that same thing as Jonah was. I was going off from the Lord, and that wasn't his plan. And Jonah kind of just matches up to me, right? And that's in his praying dark times, and that brings me back to thinking again, when we are mad about something, why are we yelling at God instead of praying for God to help? Let us pray. Heavenly Father, Lord, we thank you for us all gathered here today, Lord. We pray that you teach us to pray, Lord. We pray you would help us pray more, Lord, that we would pray always, Lord, that we would constantly pray without ceasing, Lord. Lord, that you would help us just pray, Lord, even in our dark times, Lord. And we pray, amen.
Yeah, I hope you enjoyed that sermon. I know I enjoyed performing it. and writing it. It was such a joy and fun. If you did enjoy my video, go ahead and hit the like button below. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button to see more videos in my future and get notified for when I post. Thanks a lot, guys. See you later.